Welcome to Endeavor TV with the brand new Lenovo Yoga Tablet 10 and also the keyboard, which we will unbox and show you guys today, since it's a brand new device that's coming out actually also today worldwide. And there will not only be a 10-inch version but also be an 8-inch device. This is the one though we got for testing here in Europe, and it's quite interesting also since it's a quite cheap entry tablet here by Lenovo, and the design is also brand new. Nobody else has done this before, so let's check out what's inside the box and also later what the keyboard can do for you guys. For example, since you can use it as a full-fledged notebook, but it's actually an Android device, so Android 4.2 is what probably makes the price so reasonable, because it will be only $299 for the 10-inch device and $229 here in Europe, with taxes for the 8-inch device. So as you can see here right away when we open up the box, there is the tablet. It's a little bit hard to get off the top cover, but otherwise you can see it looks like a standard tablet with a little bit of maybe the design of tablet that we have seen a few years ago, but let's just put it to the side and see what else we have inside the box. So the first thing is of course here a German manual. There should be a few other manuals inside. Let's just take a look inside. As you can see, tablet 10 and 8 will get the same manual since they're about the same, but 8-inch and 10-inch is what Apple built and is shipping to the market. Everybody loves it, so I think most companies just do the same thing. So you can see here a few ports. It's what we will show you guys of course around the device anyway. There's also actually a 3G version available, so for the 8-inch and 10-inch you can buy for 50 euros or dollars more a 3G module. USB charger here, 2 amps for the 9000 milliamp battery on the 10-inch version. The 8-inch version has 6000 milliamps and should get up to 16 hours of Wi-Fi browsing, so 2 amps of output here. So the smaller one should get about 3 hours of charging and the big one about 4.5–5 hours. First time you should of course charge it more. Micro USB cable also necessary for transferring the data, charging the device. We have 16 gigs or 32 gigs internally that you can use here. The standard USB cable, nothing special there, like you know from your smartphone, and that's actually it from the box. There's also actually a Bluetooth keyboard cover that we will show you guys later, and there's a fashion sleeve with the orange black colors, and here you can see the keyboard cover, which is also called the BKC600. Let's just open that up, and after that we can use a little bit the tablet and show you a few features and go around the device. It has actually hardware wise a MediaTek processor. The bigger one has the 8125 or 8389 quad core 1.2 gigahertz. Inside Android Jelly Bean 4.2. I guess there should be a Jelly Bean upgrade coming, and yeah, now you guys can see here the keyboard, which is of course connected via Bluetooth 4.0 actually, so that means it's also low powered, and the battery life should be quite good. So again, some manuals, micro USB cable. It's not even micro USB, as you guys can see. It's a kind of a dock cable. Looks quite interesting. We will check out the keyboard later why this has this interesting dock. Camera doesn't want to focus, but it's alright. It's just a 3-pin golden end there, and let's just see what the tablet can do for us. Here with the keyboard, feels quite metally. It's really slim though, quite flexible. Only I think 3 to 5 millimeters thick. The keyboards feel fine. The space button is though kind of small and tiny. And now you guys will see the interesting thing about the Lenovo is that you can really just put it inside here, the keyboard cover, and then it protects the screen from the top. That's quite nice. It feels good, and you can see also the tablet waking up when you take it out. So you can have here or see here the specialty about this tablet is that you have this little stand on the back, which allows you to have 3 modes: stand, hold, and I think tilt. You guys can see now we have almost regular Android installed. We have the launcher by Lenovo here. Let's just put the keyboard to the side and let's see what the tablet can do. Since you have seen the keyboard, it's a regular keyboard with also trackpad if you would want that. Let's turn off the light, but let's see first here the ports. We have a headphone connector, actually volume rocker. It looks like a microphone here on the side. I'm not sure about that actually. Otherwise, on the top there is actually nothing. It's only 3 millimeters thick. On the back we have aluminum feeling, but it has this Lenovo yeah, feeling also to it, plasticky, you know, from notebooks, but it makes it really thin and light. You have here the back foot, which you have different angles that you can use. It's again metal there. We can put in here, right here, the micro SD card, as you can see, and right next to it there should be the micro SIM card slot if you choose to buy that one. There's also Dolby sound inside. We will show you guys later what that means in the software. And let's just see here also 5 megapixel camera on the front. There should be 1.3. Here's the power button and the micro USB, which is also actually OTG capable, so you can just plug in your external things like mouse or maybe even a keyboard and anything else that you want, maybe even a smartphone. On the front, on the bottom, we have also here the speakers. It's stereo speakers, and we already have been on the side, volume rocker there. And yeah, there is not much to show you guys around, except for of course 1.3 megapixel on top there. You can see me holding it right now is means that this is the holding mode or hold mode, you could say, and the stand is when it's standing, of course, when it's a little bit yeah, opened up. What else can I guys tell you? Of course, we have Wi-Fi B, G, and N. So this is the hold mode again for reading, quite nice. You can of course turn off the display rotation. What's for example off right now. So let's just turn that on again. It's actually only 600 grams light for the 10-inch version and 400 grams for the 8-inch version. With 3G, it's plus 4 or 5 grams. So that doesn't take much. And you can see here you can change easily a little bit the stand or tilt the stand, and you can flip it around also to put it in the tent mode, I would say, which is of course quite handy if you just want to type or maybe watch a movie in a train or anything like that, leaning on the device, or yeah, just yeah, use it in everyday use. Actually, I'm sorry, the front camera was 1.6 megapixels, not 1.3, but that's totally fine. Micro SD slot actually on the back, I didn't tell you guys, also up to 64 gigs, and the display has an HD resolution, not full HD, but for this price, 229 and 299 as a Wi-Fi model is totally fine, and I can totally recommend you guys using it. So let's zoom in a little bit and turn off the light here so you guys can see a little bit more of the tablet. You guys can also see I've installed some apps, but only where it says new. Otherwise the other apps were already pre-installed, and the Lenovo launcher is quite easy. Like other Chinese companies, Huawei do here, we don't have a place where we can put our apps, so we don't have to press an extra button. We have everything on the home screen, kind of like with Apple, but you can still use folders. So you have, for example, here Skype pre-installed. I can just drag around here this ES Data Explorer. I'm sorry guys for it's in German on the software, but I guess you still understand most of the things. You can of course use here the regular widgets, pull up for example a contact widget, nothing special there. There's no space actually here, so let's just put it somewhere else. Now I have to choose a contact. Let's just take 1&1. It's a Wi-Fi or 3G company here, so let's just delete that again. So it's quite easy to use. You feel that with Android Jelly Bean 4.2 it's also still quite fast, even though there is no real quad-core. I mean, it's a quad-core processor, but a lot of companies or people say that they don't like the MediaTek because they're the cheap ones, but it still doesn't feel like lagging. You will see, we will play a video or something like that also there. So let me just try to put in on the Dolby Digital Plus widget there. Let's open that also up so you guys can see a little bit what you guys can do here with Dolby, since it's already inside the tablet. So we can choose films, movies, games, or language, for example, and I can set my own equalizers here, or use presets on the bottom with intelligent equalizers or manual equalizers, focused, and so on and so on. So there's quite a few things that you could set up here. You can also easily turn it on and off. You can play a demo, and we could play, for example, here this demo video of the Lenovo Yoga tablet. On top here there is not much sound, or my microphone is not capturing it greatly, but you can see here a little bit how that looks like. You could easily turn it on and off right there, switch between film or other modes that you have preset for yourself and then play the movie again. But it's, I think, a taste thing if you want to have the regular sound or that extra Dolby sound coming out of the speakers. But usually I'm using headphones anyway, so I don't think that matters much. Let's see a little bit more what this could do. We have here, for example, an app that's called Lenovo Energy. You guys can see, for example, that we have 48 hours and 35 minutes left here to use with the tablet. At least right now we have 94% charged, and this our estimate is, of course, when we would use it the same way like we are using it right now, with everything turned on, as you were able to see there, or almost everything. Bluetooth is not on. We have automatic brightness, but you can also just change a few things there, and the brightness and everything will automatically change here the lifetime numbers, as you can see them changing on top. Like, you can change just here to automatical. I can turn on Bluetooth. I can turn on just vibration, which needs usually a little more power than just sound, and so on and so on. So there's quite a few settings. You can also check here which apps need have those or need the most power, and you can set presets for yourself. If I switch, for example, to a preset where the display rotation is turned off, like here, that could be a problem, of course, but you can, of course, set up as many profiles, you can also say, as many you want. So let me try to fix that right there, and let's go a little bit through the app here further. Since it's a custom app by Lenovo, we have here the settings where you can turn on intelligent battery life. You have further power improvements where we can turn off power improvements for a different time. And what's also quite interesting is that you can teach the tablet here with this S button a few things to do automatically, like, for example, change the background color or if it's under 20%, it should turn different features off, or for the night it could turn different features off to increase the battery life. So you can set up time stamps and things like that to make this tablet really smart. That also a few other companies like Motorola have been doing for the last few years on Android. So Lenovo is picking up there. You guys can see also now it's 93 hours that I could reach here with battery life, which is, of course, quite great. We have a few pre-installed things like Norton, but what we did ourselves is installed Antutu, so you guys can see a little bit what points we have here. 13,364, which is mid-range. The Snapdragon 800 in the LG G2 would have about 30,000, for example, so that's one of the best you could get, but with 13,000 you were able to see it's still quite fast. And if we switch over to the device info, you guys can also see what's inside. As I said before, the MediaTek MT 8125, Lenovo 4.2.2, and it's called the Lenovo B8000 F. 5 megapixel camera with the resolution right there. Here again, 4 cores and the MT 8125, 1 gig of RAM, 16 gig internal memory, but also with 32 gig available, where I don't know the price right now. So let's go out here again. Yeah, actually I already told you most about the specs, so nothing special there, but we can just still switch around here a little bit, yeah, to check out. For example, we have ES Data Explorer here, which is quite handy to just have pre-installed, since most people would install it anyway. It's one of the best file explorers, where you have network features, and it tells just a little bit how to use it for the first time, and otherwise yeah, nothing special there actually here in ES File Explorer. Antutu we already showed you, so just open up MX Player. Most people would watch probably movies on their tablets, so you guys can see that here just playing a movie. Of course, there's pre-sampled movies on here, is quite smooth, works great. We can switch from hardware to software decoding. Everything works perfectly. MKV, AVI, MP4, whatever you want to play, MX usually plays it nice and perfectly, and without ads if you have the Wi-Fi off, and it's for free actually if you guys want to download it, so you should try it out. And you can see here again different modes playing. So just close them up, and yeah, let's just go here again to settings, where we have a little bit also a custom design. If we would go here again to the bottom to about the tablet, which is the last one, so I'm sorry for that. Again, Android 4.2.2, the name right there. We could add accounts, check out here the battery also, how much battery we have used, or what the battery was using mainly was Wi-Fi and standby mode. It's on 93% now. It just went down 1% in this 15-minute video, which is totally fine. And of course the keyboard or the display is what needs you probably the most power, but Wi-Fi is also big battery eater. So now interesting about this tablet, again, it's available now. We have these 3 modes: stand, hold and tilt. Quite cool for $299 and $229. I think the 8-inch version will sell even better. It's quite perfect, maybe even for the classroom, for your kids, and just maybe also just play around. And of course the keyboard with $100 is quite expensive extra, but otherwise you guys should definitely check out this tablet if you are looking for something new, since with a kick stand, usually only Arcos is, I think, one of the companies that does that, and it also feels quite sturdy and fine, and yeah, it's perfect for just holding it on the side. So thank you much for watching. My name is Balazs Gal. This was Endeavor TV with the brand new Lenovo Yoga 10 tablet. Don't forget to tune in again, subscribe, and also check out the Yoga 8 tablet. So again, thank you much for watching, and till next time.